Hello there, Sir from 17 once again. This is more bad business content, and this is going to be rare footage of me both playing Canal and using a gun that requires some skill. So this is the FAL, or the FAL as people call it. This is a semi-automatic rifle that has an incredible damage profile and probably the best hipfire in the game. However, it is really hard to use. See that guy there just aimbots me with his mum's tablet? What a monster. That's me getting my mouse outside of the game, always fun. I love that it does that on Bad Business, get hype. But this is a TDM. I'm using the FAL because I thought, why not? And this is the inspiration for me to move into some different weapons. Like, I don't know how to use this gun. I don't understand this game. Like, at that kind of range, when you have to lead this gun and aim upwards, I just feel like I just don't know what I'm doing. It's so interesting, and I love that feeling. I love that feeling of being like, oh, I need to learn this. This is bad. And every time I put a new gun on this game, it feels like that. It feels like I have to learn something uniquely different, and it's one of my favourite things about Bad Business. And if you want to get better at anything, guys, you've got to change what you're doing. You've got to mix things up. And when I put the double barrel on, I was garbage, and I couldn't do it. I'm still garbage with the double barrel, and I still can't do it, and I don't even get that gun. I'm going to keep trying, but the gun's just not for me, I think. I have a lot of fun with it, and like, where do the bullets go? You know, this is another one of those moments where a lot of this is me not being very accurate, but there's sometimes when you shoot people, I don't get where my bullets are. You know, like, I'm trying really hard to use this gun, and then it's just, nope, miss, miss, miss. And this is my journey now into the rifles and the tactical rifles, the marksman rifles, and then eventually into the snipers. Because the more I use these guns, the better I'm going to get at judging the distance, judging where the bullet's going, and just getting a lot more capable with them. But you'll notice, this is not my playstyle. I'm not very good at this kind of peaky stuff and this long range stuff because I always expect somebody sniping me or throwing a grenade like that. That was actually a pretty good grenade. So I'm really paranoid when I play shooters. I've played a lot of Battlefield and Call of Duty where if you stand still in a window, you just get destroyed instantly. And it's one of those things that goes against me to kind of sit there. And in order to be effective with guns like this, usually you do have to stand still eventually. You do have to kind of post up a little bit. And you're never going to see that from me because it's not who I am. But this gun is so good. And it was fun too. It was fun to put this on and be like, hang on a second, I think I can make this work. I think I can learn to use this. But it really showcases your accuracy. If you miss, and if you're not accurate, this gun is going to be a very harsh critic. It's just going to show you how shit you are. And I love that. Like, you've got to lead your shots at distance, you've got to increase the height on them if they're too far away. You know, you've got to really be on it. And everyone's using, like, look at that. He's using a gun that he has to guess right once. Guesses right once and I'm dead. I have to guess like 5 times right, and 4 of those times look like they hit you, but you didn't take any fucking damage. So it's really interesting, and there's a lot of visual recoil on this gun. There's not too much recoil by itself, but the visuals of the scope bounce. So I feel like if I get steady shot on this, it's going to be way better for me. Right now, the enemies have got us on both sides here. This could be interesting. That's the guy that just killed me. There's the Mac 10 showing you how garbage it is when it's not in its range. I don't know why he laid down. That was a horrible play on his part. He could have absolutely deleted me then. He chose not to. I can't hit that guy, but we finally clean him up. Look at that, 25 kills with a FAL. I've never touched this gun, guys. It's too good for me, you know. I'm too much of a scrub. You've got to be a good player to use a FAL. Or a mobile player, because every mobile player that uses the FAL deletes me. They're the best. I need to get their aim, guys. If I can get some mobile player aim, I'll never lose, right? But I'm going to keep using this gun, get more comfortable with it, and I'm really hoping that when it gets more attachments, it's going to get an illegal mod. Because I'd love to use this and have it just have a normal fire rate, because it is a super sick gun. Same with the FAMAS and the G11. Those are guns I need to put more time into. Oh, guy's trying to sneak up on me. Guy's using a G36. I wonder what they would do if they took that gun out of the game. You know, if they took that gun out of the game, what would those players do? And I made a video saying the G36 is powerful and it needs to be powerful, and I agree with that video, but I do think if you were to take that gun out of the game, a lot of people would be happy. I think it's just a necessary evil. I think they'd just migrate to something else. You'd probably just see more AKs, and the AK is really strong too, because the AK hits like an absolute beast, and it's easy to use. And I'd love to see different AKs in this game. I'd love to see, you know like AK-12 and stuff. Some of the more recent Kalashnikov platforms. Like, I'd love to see some derivatives. When it gets attachments, I hope they really go into it, because the thing I hate about the AK in this game is it fires so fucking slow. And the reason it fires so slow is because it hits so hard. If that gun fired as fast as the G36 does, this game would be an absolute nightmare. Because that kind of damage, with that kind of fire rate, it just turns it into a Scar hammer. And nobody wants that. And I mean a fully cranked Scar hammer that doesn't kick like the Scar hammer does. Because the AK has got no recoil. It's another gun that's really, really popular and really, really fun too. Like, look at this. I can't hit anything, guys. This is unbelievable. Look, they didn't hit anything either! Oh my god! What was their excuse? This is bad business, man. No one can hit anyone. But why would you ever use a gun like this? Is a question that lots of people ask themselves when they avoid guns like this, myself included. And the reason is that it'll make you better. Putting a gun like this on that you're not comfortable with, that shows the holes in your accuracy, that shows the flaws in your ability to aim. When you play with this for a whole day, look at the hip fire. Look at that! Did you see that reticle? It doesn't budge, dude. The Vector has a really good hip reticle as well. Because it's so funny, right? When I got this gun, when I was playing this game, it was in Halloween. It was at the end of October, the start of November. We're now at the end of January, and I've continued playing. So I look at this game with different eyes than I looked at it when I was first playing and first unlocking those guns. Because I'm a completely different player now. I've got way more time on the game. I didn't realise that the FAL's hipfire looked that ridiculous when I first used it. That's some of the closest hipfire I've ever seen. I've used the LMGs. Their hipfire reticles are wide enough to fit like a horse through. They're so huge. This thing is really condensed, and the Vector's the same. There was a challenge the other day when I was playing to get a couple kills with a Vector, 15 kills with a Vector so you could get some credits, and I always try to do those. And when I put the Vector on, I had such a good time, because I've not used it since I unlocked it, and it's been a while. And I didn't realise the Vector's hipfire by default is really, really clean. It's really tight. It's not as tight as this, but it's still pretty good for a submachine gun that fires 1,000 rounds. Look at this gun. You can literally hipfire this gun by itself, and it'll be really effective. And I used to see people hipfiring the FAL, and when they killed me, I used to think, wow, that guy's a beast. And then I saw this reticle. Look how insane this reticle is. It does not bloom at all. It's insane. Look at that. Dude, this gun, people are sleeping on this gun. I slept on this gun. This gun is really good. The problem with it is you have to be better than average to get the best out of it. Because if you can't aim, and if you don't have the ability to kind of survive in the gunfight, like right there we're missing a few, that was unfortunate. It's such a strong contender, and you don't see it that much. It's a good thing too. I don't want to see more FALs. The FAL is scary. It's scary good, and I had no idea, so I don't know what's happening there. Maybe having problems with my mouse. But I'm hoping that when I do go back to a lot of the weapons, because I've unlocked all the weapons in the game now, the standard leveling guns. The last one is the L85 at Prestige 3, level 25. This guy's chasing me, what a beast. And he's chasing me with that shotgun you've got to buy. I hate that fucking shotgun, dude. I hate all shotguns. And it's really frustrating because I love them, but I can't use them. They're so hard to use, man. Everybody kills me so easily with shotguns. I put them on, I miss everyone. It's as if I've never used a mouse in my life. It's so weird. And I do think that when you play on good ping, the shotguns feel way better. It's the same with these guns, the bolt actions and the single shots and the rifles. If you have really good ping, these guns feel super, super fun. But when your ping's shit, it's just, wow, he hit me. He didn't kill me though. Doesn't that do 180 damage? That gun's meant to do 180 damage. Maybe he didn't land all the pellets. That was crazy. It did 144 damage to me. Wow, look at the grenade. This is before the grenade nerf as well, I think. So recently they've adjusted the fall-off damage in grenades, so the further away from the explosion you are, the least damage it does to you, and I've survived so many more nades now. It's one of the best changes in the game. I still think grenades are kind of absurd, especially if somebody cooks them. How many times have you been running up that hill in Brazil, and they've been in the spawn, and you've just seen a grenade sail towards you, cooked, and you see it, you know what's going to happen, but there's nothing you can do because they cooked it? Like, that type of stuff is the reason why grenades are just broken and dumb and really should be addressed. Anyhow guys, that was some FAL gameplay on Canals. Thank you for watching, and you take care now.